lovely people. Intro with Charlie sitting in front of me like this because we just got into an argument before this video and I'm not really like going to move her right now. You guys know what today's video is because you clicked on it, so you guys know. Like we understand each other. We're starting the Calloway sister series, so the first book is obviously Kiss the Sky. This is what we'll be starting off the vlog with. So for now we're gonna put Hot House Flower back on the ever-growing TBR cart. I feel like every video I somehow get more books on it accidentally. Let me give you guys a brief rundown of my book buying ban. I have not purchased any books with my own money. As I'm trying to make my way through this physical TBR, I just keep on growing it accidentally. But seriously, no more books, not until only one shelf can be filled because it's getting kind of ridiculous. I also have like this big abundance of energy because I am tired, but I don't want to be tired, so I'm trying to tell myself that I'm not tired. We are going to read Kiss the Sky. This is the first book in the Calloway sister series. You guys know, if you're watching this video, you guys have probably already watched my reading the first 3 books in the Addicted series. If not, go check that video out right here, and it's going to be up in the iCards because you should definitely go watch it, you know. Calloway sister series is about Rose and Daisy. They both each respectfully have 2 books. Rose and Connor is Kiss the Sky and Feel the Fire, and then Daisy and Reich is Hot House Flower and Long Way Down. We are just going to be reading Kiss the Sky and Hot House Flower in today's video because these books are a little bit thicker than the other books in the series. From here on out, the rest of this series on my channel about reading the Addicted Calloway sister series, I definitely just said series way too many times in one video. Everything is going to be 2 books from now on because there's Kiss the Sky, Hot House Flower, and then I'm doing, is it Thrive? Yeah, Thrive and Addicted After All, and then Feel the Fire and Long Way Down. And then the big smack end of the series on my channel, I said it again, is going to be Some Kind of Perfect because that's a vlog novel. Anyway, I've like lay this out for you guys, but we are going to start reading this book. So if you guys didn't know, I do spoiler reading vlogs because I feel like a lot of people have read this series. Therefore, I kind of, and also I don't know a lot about the series before going into it, so I don't know what's a spoiler and what's not. So I make these spoiler vlogs too, basically because I'm a lazy piece of trash and they're easier for me. This is about Rose and Connor. So after the whole entire Lily scandal happened, Rose lost her business, basically. Well, like her business kind of plummeted. It was doing really good and then it plummeted. So she is getting a reality TV show. It's 9:40 right now. And we're going to start this. I honestly don't know how far I'm going to get into it because like I previously stated, I am tired. I'm trying to fight off me being tired, but I don't know how long. I don't know how long that will last, so we shall get into this. I'm gonna go downstairs to read, but before we go downstairs, we have to grab all of the essentials. So I'm annotating with a blue pen because this book is kind of blue. And then my iconic book of the month bookmark that says BRB, ignoring my responsibilities, because how freaking relatable. Hopefully this camera does not fall off my knee because it is literally bouncing on my kneecap right now. Anyway, it is the next morning. Wait, why are we like, wait, hold on. That was so cringy of me. I have continued, I'm about literally only this much through Kiss the Sky, but what's his name? Sebastian, whatever his name is. Sebastian, like, he is definitely the worst character that's been introduced thus far. He's just such a freaking douchebag and just a tool. Like, he's literally trying to get in between Connor and Rose, and it's not happening, okay? Listen, if Rose falls for this sorry piece of trash, I'm gonna throw this book across the room. I just can't read that. But something that I do enjoy is obviously we get Connor's POV. And like in the first 3 Addicted books, we don't really have an understanding of who Connor is, like at all, because he doesn't really offer much to people. But reading through his point of view and kind of getting a little bit of backstory on him, we get to see more about him. And I also like to see how much he genuinely cares about Rose. Like, he understands her to the full 100% capability, and he is always having her best interest at heart. I'm enjoying it thus far. There's a lot of, I don't know, they all have to live in the same house together, so obviously I see where Reich and Daisy are going to start becoming more of a thing for the next book, because if they all have to live in the same house for these 6 months, then they're definitely going to form this connection. Also, I have my windows open because it feels really nice outside today, so you can hear every little thing that's going on. But we're going to continue reading. Okay, I'm in my mom's photo room because I'm reading in the living room right now, but Neela is just being her amazing little self and playing, so you probably wouldn't have been able to hear me over her and Bluey. The reason I picked up the camera, I mean, not much has been going on like progressively into the story. They're still just like, you know, like their reality show. I have a feeling a lot more is going to bubble up once it actually starts airing and they see how, is his name Scott? Scott is like piecing the clips together to make them look a certain way. Also, Lily and Lo, like I feel like you get to know more about them in this book because you're learning about them from an outsider's point of view. So I feel like I've learned more about them in this book alone, only 25% through, than I did the first 3 books of the Addicted Calloway Sister series. And it makes me like them more in this book than I did in their own books, which is so weird to me, because one of the little like scenes is like they're upstairs and everyone else is downstairs and they're trying to get them to come downstairs, but they don't want to. So Daisy's like, guys, there's a comic like that just got delivered, and they're like arguing down the stairs and like trying to like push each other out of the way and run because they both ordered a comic. And that's just something that I heavily relate to, so I was like, oh my god, that's so cute. And just like seeing their connection from like Rose and Connor's point of view just makes you root for them more than it did in their own books. So hopefully when I go back to the Addicted series after these 2 books, I get to see more of that in their own books. But I do want to see Connor actually admit to Rose and within himself that he does love Rose, because he does. And I feel like we can all see it, but he just doesn't want to admit that those feelings are real. Okay guys, I am 40% through the book right now. Not much has happened other than their first episode aired, and I actually find it pretty entertaining because like in this like different font, it's telling you and describing what's going on, and you can like picture it in your head of them like sitting down having interviews. Like, I think that aspect is super cool and interesting, but nothing else has really been going on other than that. But it's like really the first episode, everyone's really focusing on Daisy and Reich and how they have like a little connection there, and it just still makes me uncomfortable because she's literally 16, so it's kind of like, you know. Daisy's boyfriend is 23 and she's 17. Ew, how much of an age difference is that? That's 6 years. 6 years. Like, I haven't read Daisy's book yet, obviously, but I'm like, I know it's because she's treated so maturely, especially after like Lily's whole scandal came out. She's just treated more maturely. I feel like she's kind of been forced to like grow up way too fast, but still, like, this should be intervened that she's dating a 23-year-old. It just gives me the ick. It just gives me the ick. Let me tell you guys, I am so mad right now at so many people. I'm so mad at so many people because I knew as soon as I even said this that Scotty, or whatever his name is, planted this stuff to make Lily and Lo look bad. But basically, Lily and Lo, you guys know, they caught Lo with like alcohol in his closet and the bottles were empty, and like this like recording and stuff of him and Lily. So Rose, Reich, and Connor were having a conversation with him. And Lo got super defensive. And listen, I can understand why Lo is defensive because he's been trying very hard. And I know it's taken a lot of effort out of both of them. But he literally completely triggered Rose when all Rose is trying to do is help them. And he literally made her have a whole entire breakdown. And just reading Connor's point of view of how mad he is at Lo, but he can't say or do anything to Lo because he knows that that's what Lo wants. Lo wants you to get mad at him. At Scott for like picking apart their addictions and everything. It's just I'm so mad. I'm so mad right now. I know Scott did not. I don't care if that rhymed. Oh my God. This has to be illegal, doesn't it? Like there has to be a legal issue somewhere within this, right? Hey guys. Okay, I just finished Kiss the Sky. I rated this a 4 out of 5 stars. It was gonna be a 3 to 3.5 before I finished the book. Like throughout the whole entire book, I was like, this is about a 3, 3.5. Even though I absolutely love Rose and Connor, like I feel like they're gonna be my favorites, even over Lily and Lo. Actually, I'm not too sure about that because I like I said earlier, this book almost the outsider point of view of Lily and Lo made me like them more because I feel like in their first 3 books, maybe they were just capitalizing on their addictions and stuff, but I felt like we weren't getting to know them personally, like how much, I mean, we know that they love comic books and stuff like that, but I feel like we weren't getting to know like genuinely how deep and entranced and how that is somehow that they bond and stuff like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? I feel like we just didn't get that, and I feel like I saw that a lot more in this book. I was like entertained the whole entire time, but I wasn't completely in love with this book, so I was gonna rate it a 3.5. But then at the end, when Connor finally admits to himself and admits to Rose that he loves her, and then he pulls the whole like where when he took over wedding planning for Lily and Lo, he actually made it where Lily and Lo can get married now whenever they want, and Rose and Connor got married, like. And Rose admitted, like, now she will have, like, she's open to having kids with him as long as he helps her. I'll see you guys when I start this was Kiss the Sky. When I start Hot House Flower. I am so dumb. I literally just freaked out, like, thought my camera was broke or something because it was not turning on. And I was like, okay, Destiny, you're literally charging the camera battery right now. Okay, everybody, it is a few days, it's a day or two or a few days. I honestly can't remember. I think it's a day later. It's a day later since I finished Kiss the Sky. We're starting Hot House Flower right now. I definitely don't think I'm gonna finish it today. I hope I can because I at least want to read 3 more books, and today's the 23rd, I think, so I have like 5 days to read 3 more books, which is pretty easy since their other ones are fairly short. But yeah, I'm going to start this. Just wanted to let you guys know we're starting it, and I'll see you guys when I have thoughts. Okay guys, right off the bat, it is so whatever, because this right here, it says a note from Reich, which is so cool. Did they do that with all the other characters? Because I swear they haven't done that in any other book. But he is basically, it's basically kind of like a warning of the kind of person that he is. But he says, I'm warning you now, back away, because once you enter my life, I won't ever let you leave. Okay, Reich, okay. Hello guys, it's a few days later, and I am picking back up the book to read some more, and I was just laughing because I love seeing, like, I feel like as we go on with the books, we see more and more of like the friend group dynamic, because Reich, Connor, and Lo are all like eating lunch together, and Lily called Reich because her and Rose got a flat tire,
And it's just so funny because like they're arguing on the phone and Rose is trying to change the tire because she doesn't want Connor to change it because she doesn't want him to rub it in her face. And then Connor and Lo are trying to take the phone from Reich. And it's just so, I love their whole entire dynamic, like how they all love and care for each other. But I just feel so bad because you didn't see this, because like I feel like Reich is who you get the least amount of knowledge on throughout the books because he doesn't make himself emotionally available to anybody. And when you're reading about how much he truly cares about Lo and how he just wishes Lo would care about him the way that he cares about Lo, and that he just feels like Lo kind of resents him and that he's closer to Connor, it just breaks my heart because I'm just like, Reich. Oh my gosh. So Daisy went to Patty. Oh god, I really don't feel good to me, like being so high energy right now. She went to Paris and this freaking designer threw her out of the show because she was too overweight. When just toxicity that I don't even want to acknowledge because it makes me mad. But she called Reich and was having a breakdown, and he freaking came to Paris and they were arguing on the stair because he like found her on the stairs and he's like, what are you doing? And they're arguing and they freaking kissed her. Hello party people. Oh my gosh, it's hours later as you can tell because it's so dark in my room right now, but honestly this is a vibe. This is how my room looks basically every night, and I only film over here because this is like the actually put together part of my room. Everything else in this room is just a mess. We are going to finish Hot House Flower tonight, partly because I want to edit this vlog tomorrow, also because it is the 25th today and I want to get in at least one more book, and I want that book to be Shatter Me because it's pretty small. So we are going to finish this book. I am 33% through this book right now, and we are literally going to, I'm going to time myself to see how long it's going to take me to get through this, but we are not going to sleep until I finish this book. That's why I'm going to sit over here because honestly, if I'm in my bed, I'm like way more apt to like fall asleep. So is this like a great idea? No, because I do have to go to work. I'm gonna have to be at work at 5:30 tomorrow, so I have to wake up at like 4 o'clock in the morning. So this is not my most brightest idea, but you know, like the grind doesn't stop, baby. So we're doing this, we're doing it. As of right now, it is 8:47. Oh my god, I'm getting flashbacks. 8:48. We're gonna start, see how long this takes me to finish. A common recurrence that is currently happening in this book is that Connor and Rose are in a fight. What about? I have my suspicions, but I'm not gonna say anything yet. Daisy just had a whole entire episode, which is sad, but I really picked up this camera to say, not Connor buying out Hermes for Rose, the whole entire store, because they're in an argument. So he bought like the whole entire store and had it shipped back to their house. In what world is someone buying out Hermes? Okay, Connor. Okay. Let me tell you guys, sometimes it is so hard to like Lo. Like, I understand the struggles of an addiction, but literally, like in Kiss the Sky, whenever they find the alcohol in his closet and he freaks out and like trashes all of Rose's stuff because he knows she has severe OCD. He's like, see, you're not perfect, like, and doesn't even apologize. And right now, Connor and him were out shopping and Connor called Reich saying that he was drinking. So Reich comes to save the day because Reich loves and cares about his brother. And Reich said something to Connor about how he gets to be Lo's best friend, but, you know, Lo hates Reich because Reich tries to get him to be a better person. But Reich has been 9 years sober, and so he basically just broke his sobriety because Lo didn't want to admit to drinking. So he basically, yeah, you guys know, he went to the bar and said, I'll have what he's having to prove that Lo was drinking. And Lo just doesn't care. Like, Lo's just like, whatever, I don't care that you just broke your sobriety because I'm being selfish and I'm being whatever. Like, I understand having addiction is so hard, but I swear I can't stand Lo. I swear I can't. He is like my least favorite, I swear. What is going on? All of a sudden a riot started and everybody's fighting and Daisy just got smacked upside the head with a whole entire wooden plank by a man. It's not funny. It's not. It's just so random. Oh my god. Of course Connor would know that like Reich and Daisy are dating because Connor knows everything. But Reich should have admitted it because Connor's really mad at him for hiding Daisy's like sleep, like how she can't sleep secret. Connor's just mad at him, and then Reich's like, listen, don't tell me what to do, it's my girlfriend, you think that I didn't check, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, pop off, Reich. I have a very sneaky suspicion, and this is from, I guess, earlier, is that Rose is pregnant because no one else smelt this like smell, but Rose was like complaining about this really strong smell. And isn't that like a symptom? I don't know, not me over here trying to diagnose Rose. I'm sure that I wouldn't even learn about that until, what is it, Field of Fire? Maybe that's not even a thing. So everyone just found out, which basically everyone already knew except for Lo, but Lo found out. And well, he first freaked out on him because of their dad, but it's bad that I don't really care about that storyline. Anyway, that he says something about Daisy, whatever, they're arguing, and then Reich was like, I love her, and I was like, oh. But Lo just, I swear these books make me just hate Lo. Like, they just make me hate Lo. Like, he literally like tries to physically and verbally mess with you so that you will like give it back to him, and then when they refuse to, he gives no apology. And like, to me, I just don't understand when people are like, well, this is his version of an apology. No, just apologize. Like, don't sit here and be like, let people make excuses for your crappy behavior. Period. I knew I was right. They were at Lo's birthday dinner and he ordered like shots for the table, and Connor and Rose were like facing off, and he was like, drink it, Rose. And they were like talking to each other in French, and Connor said in French that she was pregnant, and no one knows that Reich is fluent in French. So like how Rose and Connor always like talk to each other in French, Reich's always known what they're saying, which is so funny to me because like just Reich listening to all their conversations, knowing what they're saying is like hilarious to me. But Reich like spits out his water, and then everyone at the table then realizes that Reich can speak French. But anyway, period. I knew it. But I only have this much of the book left, so I think I'm gonna try to read the rest. Hopefully nothing interesting happens because I just kind of want to read this and just be done. I literally said I hope that nothing bad happens, and then Reich gets arrested. But Lo is taking up for him and screaming and crying and saying that he's a good person. So maybe Lo does love him after all. Not Lily being pregnant. What is going on? And what is going to happen in these next books? Oh my god, okay. I thought this was going to go a completely different direction when they find her in the bathtub, like having a mental breakdown. I thought, is she depressed? Is that like this road that we're going down? Like, is now she's going to have to fight some depression, some demons? And oh my god. The book starts with Reich talking about how him and Lo were on a run, and how Lo's never gonna catch up with him, and it's kind of a parallel to like Lo's mental being and like his addiction and stuff. And then in like one of the last chapters are Reich and Lo running, and he's like by the 4th mile, like he starts to whatever, and he's running like in front of me, he's beating me, and I was like, this book definitely was the best one so far. This has been my favorite book in the whole entire series this far. But this book got a 4.5 stars for me. It wasn't quite 5. I definitely feel like we're gonna get a 5-star book here soon, but it was 4.5. Oh my gosh, my heart is just so freaking happy. What I love about these books is it centers around Reich and Daisy, or like Connor and Rose, or Lily and Lo. But I feel like more in the Calloway sister books, we get to learn about everybody. Maybe like when I go back to Addicted, it will do that too. But we get to learn about everybody. Reich and Lo's like relationship now that they all live together. Well, like Rose and Connor moved into their own place. But now Lily and Lo and Daisy and Reich live together, which I feel like is going to be really good because I feel like it's going to make Reich, Lo closer. And I feel like also it's going to finally bring Daisy in with her sisters because I feel like they always just kind of have her on the outs because she's always been the young one and stuff like that. But maybe they'll finally start to all belong together. That concludes the first Calloway reading vlog, even though technically there's only gonna be 2. That concludes this reading vlog. So I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, give it a huge thumbs up down below. And if you guys liked me, want to see more content like this, I do plan on doing my next reading vlog is going to be Thrive and Addicted After All, and then after that it's going to be Fuel the Fire a Long Way Down, and then I'm going to do a separate reading vlog for Some Kind of Perfect. So you can expect those from me. I'm taking this series kind of slow though because I don't know why it takes me so long to get through these freaking books, but it does. Like, they're not even that thick. Like, I've read books way thicker than this, but they just take me days and days and days. But also I do want to space it out because you guys know, like, when you fly through a series and you're just kind of heartbroken afterwards. Yeah, so but yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed. Subscribe, post notifications to be notified whenever I upload, and I'll see you guys when I see you. Peace.